What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Wednesday reviews here on the ARJ Productions channel. To thank you guys for coming back, or if you're here for the first time, thank you. I am actually reviewing the second book of the 50 Shades trilogy. Last week we reviewed the 50 Shades of Grey book, and this week we're going to review the second book of its trilogy, 50 Shades Darker by E.L. James, as you guys can see that I'm holding up right in front of me. So the way this review will work is I want to give you guys a summary of what the book was about, then I'll give you guys my rating, and then I'll give you guys my reasoning for why I rated it that way. However, if you have never read the first one, or if you've read the first one but don't want any spoilers, I recommend that you guys stop the video now, get the book, finish reading it in about 3 days, and then come back to this and hear my review if you wish. Or if you want, you can go through the whole review and hear my rating for it if you wish to hear a little bit about it. I'll try to do the best as I can to not spoil it, but I can't really speak for it because this is all improv. I don't have a script or anything like that, so please bear with me because I don't want to ruin the story for you, especially if you want to read it. It's a good story, alright? So I'm just going to give it to you guys for like that. So, here we go. Here's the summary of the book. This book, we go with Mr. Christian Grey and Miss Anastasia Steele. They come back together and we literally go into Christian's life and he goes into darker and darker details. Hence the title, 50 Shades Darker. And what I mean by that is we meet the girl, Mrs. Robinson, that Christian has been alluding to in the first book. We meet Layla. Who's Layla? She happens to be an ex-submissive. What's a submissive? Well, you guys can look that up later on. We also meet Dr. Flynn, who's Christian's consultant. We also get to meet Elliot. We also get to meet a lot more, and we get into deeper detail of each and every single character. We even get to see Jose again, and we get to meet a whole bunch of them. The lives of Anna and Christian get really close. They get closer and closer in this book. We have more of a romance, than a dominant and submissive type of thing in this book than we had in the other one. Yes, we still have the playful words and the playful things and the little smirks and the grins. Yes, we do have that. But we dive deeper into what has made Christian Grey in this book. You may be asking, why is there a mask? Well, because they go to a masked ball at Christian's place. So if you're wondering what that mask was and what was the masked ball for, I remember they went for a charitable event. But you'll be so surprised on who is being auctioned off. I say who is being auctioned off and who buys them. What would you call that? Bids for that person and who the other person has to fight. It's very, very hard for me not to spoil this book. That's pretty much all I can do to summarize it. We literally see Christian wrestling his demons. He's having so much of a hard time. He loves Anna, as you can tell more in this book. Anna loves him, and he's scared to lose her. And you'll see the reason why, especially if you've read the first book. He's very scared to lose her. He doesn't want to lose her. He doesn't want to experience that. We also get through a lot more action-y details. There even comes a chance where we may even lose Christian Grey in this book. So it's kind of terrifying. Yes, I know. And you'll find out if you read it. So, I mean, it's very scary and it moves rapidly and it keeps you awake. I mean, I think I've read this book way faster than I read the very first book. And I hope to feel the same way and even have more of that anxiousness to read the third book that way. So that's the summary of 50 Shades Darker. Can't really tell you a lot about it, but we still follow Christian Grey and Anastasia Steele. It's more on just the two of them, actually. We don't really see a lot of the other characters until later on in the book. Like Kate, because she and Christian's brother, they went on a trip and stuff like that, on vacation, as you guys can see in the very first book. If you haven't read the first book, then why are you guys looking up the sequel to the first book? It would make sense if you haven't read the first book. So yeah, I recommend you read the first book and not jump to the second book because you won't get some of the stuff that's happening. And to summarize it, we hear a little bit more about we don't hear a lot about the contract, but we hear a lot about the toys that they use in the contract. One of them is butt plug. So, well, you'll hear about that if you want to hear a little bit about a butt plug. Alright, so here's my rating. My rating for the book, I think I gave 50 Shades of Grey 9.5 or 95%. I'm going to give this one a little bit higher, a 98%. A 98%, and the reason why I didn't give it the 2% is because of the language. However, it is tolerable. It is tolerable. It's great. I give it that extra 3 points that I didn't give the first book because of the more action-packed it is. I love that. And more movie and cinematic style that I would rather actually watch in a movie, in a romance movie. That's why I'm guessing there's a lot of people talking about a 50 Shades movie, so that's the reason why I like 50 Shades Darker, because it gives that cinematic feel to it, especially towards the end when we're at Christian's home for the big celebration, if you know what I'm talking about. Especially when they were upstairs near Christian's room, we at the home of Grace and Carrick, I believe that's how you say his name. I don't know. I'm so sorry if Miss E.L. James if I'm saying it wrong, but that's they're in their parents' house, Christian's parents' house, and they're upstairs. They have the celebration, and they're near the stairs. You know, right after the whole fiasco has happened, Anastasia went upstairs, and Christian meets her up there. They sit on the stairs. That felt so cinematic, especially when he went outside. It feels like that cliche type of feel, but it still gives it that good feeling. And plus all the action-packed stuff, I like it, and that's why I gave it that extra 3% that I didn't give the first one. But I am going to give it that 2% because I feel like the characters really don't talk like that. I mean, people don't talk like that. I mean, it seems like all the characters speak kind of the same. They have their own knowledge, I guess because they're very smart and stuff and speak very eloquently and very businesslike. And I'm surprised that since Anastasia is not in that realm, that she speaks that way too, and Kate as well. But it's not a hard read like the first one, and it's very good. I enjoyed it, and if you guys have any ratings or any questions or any comments about the book, about this book or the very first book, please let me know in the comment section below. Please, rate this video, give it a thumbs up, please. If you liked this review, comment thumbs up. If I spoiled the book and you guys hated my thing and you felt that it was a disgrace, then dislike it if you wish. I mean, that's why they have 2 buttons there. I'm not gonna get pissed. I mean, it'll just show me that, oh, I need to fix something up. But please respect my decision for my rating. It's just my opinion, and I just want to share it with you guys for those that really want to see or read this book. So that is my review for 50 Shades Darker. Please let me know if you guys actually want a movie out of this. I don't know how you feel. After reading 50 Shades Darker, I feel like, oh, maybe there might be a movie that comes out of this. Anyway, I like the book. Tell me if you guys like the book. But that's pretty much it for today's Wednesday reviews. Thank you guys for joining me this week. I'll see you guys next week here on this segment of Wednesday Reviews. See you next week.